Look, there's two of them. All right, look at them. All right, it's time to die. All right, guys, we're back. This video is going to be a bit different from what I normally do. I still haven't uploaded the video from last week that I need to do. It's Wednesday currently, not a day I'd normally film, but that's because this week we're doing something a little different. We are going to get some tests done. I went on a run with my friend Grace a while ago. You guys probably remember that. But she told me about some people for university here that are doing some tests. And I can get my VO2 max tested and some other tests done. So that is what we're doing. And I need to record. Hold up, I need to get under the... I need to record this while I'm on my way there because I don't have time. Like, I've literally got no time. I did a little, it was Wednesday, so I was supposed to do some tempo work, then weightlifting, but I just did a shorter run. And I wasn't hitting legs today in the gym because I need to save as much energy as I can for this test. So that's what we're doing. It's at 1, it's 12:25. It's just under half an hour away, so we're looking all right for time. I heard it's pretty hard. Like, you're just going to failure basically on the treadmill, and then we're taking a blood sample test for lactate, and then testing my VO2 max. So this is awesome. Like, I would never do it if I had to pay for it, to be completely honest. But it's like a research thing they're doing, and they're just looking for volunteers apparently. And my friend I ran with knows some people in this kind of realm, so I'm doing it for free. This is awesome. So I'm gonna film this bit of the video, the first test. I probably won't bring it in there because, like, they're already doing a huge solid for me. I'm doing this completely for free, so I don't want to add like a extra barrier of entry just to show you guys me sprinting on a treadmill with a mask on. So I probably will not bring the camera in there. I'll see if I can get some shots on my phone of the place, but I really don't want to just like go in there and stress everybody out even more or push my luck already too far. So we're not gonna do that, I don't think, but we'll see. I don't know if I'll get the results today. Maybe it's a few hour thing, maybe it's a day or two thing, but I'm hoping. My Garmin's telling me I got a 60 VO2 max. When I was in Victoria training, it was pretty solid at 61, so it's definitely just the elevation difference. But if I can get anywhere 60 or above, I'll be pretty happy, honestly, with that. Hopefully higher, obviously, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high. But yeah, we're on our way to do that now. And then we have a second test. That's gonna be, we're gonna talk about it after this one, the next best time that works. It's another 2-hour test. I come in twice, each for 2 hours. And the next one, this one's a VO2 max, lactate threshold, all that stuff. The second one is gonna be more about, they're gonna hook nodes up to my legs and then put me, like, tie me up to some jerry-rigged machine and put like 1 gravity's worth of weight while I'm running, and then 0.8 gravity's worth of force while I'm running, and then 0.5 and 0.4 gravity, and they're gonna determine like the weight and like how my weight is distributed between each legs and stuff. So that's not really the one I care for that much, but I'll do it because it's freaking awesome. But we're gonna go into the VO2 max. I did some training already today, but obviously Wednesday is supposed to be tempo and leg day, so I did some strides, but I kept the mileage on the lower end just to stay fresh. Still wanted to get the mileage in though, so I wasn't just gonna, because this is probably not gonna be that much mileage, maybe 5K worth of running, maybe with a warm-up a bit more. But and then I did shoulders and arms in the gym just really quick, because I'm not hitting legs. Like, I need to save all the power output I got for this test. So we're gonna drive there, we're gonna do this test, I'll let you guys know how it goes, what my results are when they'll come in, and then I'll film the next test that I do, which is going to be, ooh, there's a cop right there. Hopefully I don't get pulled over for vlogging. But we'll do the next test, which is going to be just like some weird gravity weight proportion stuff. So we're going to do this, and I'll catch you guys in a bit because I do not want to get pulled over. Alright, test is done. That was crazy. I got the AC blasted because my car is 1,000,000 degrees, and I just freaking sprinted for God knows how long, but that was awesome. They got me on the treadmill. We did a nice warm up, like 10-minute warm up, and then he took me off, hooked me up on this huge like face mask, and then he started off at about 7 miles per hour, and then every 2 minutes we'd stop. They'd prick my finger. I don't know if I can show it because it's like blood. They'd prick these 3 fingers. They'd prick a finger. They would prick a finger, get a like blood lactate measurement, and there would be about a 60-second like break, and then hop back on for 2 more minutes at half a mile per hour faster. We did that up until I think I got to 11.5 or 12 miles per hour. Took a lactate measurement, and then right after that, little rest break where they took my blood again. They were like, okay, this is like the last thing that we do. So then they put the incline up on a treadmill and went down about half a mile per hour. So we were at like 11 miles per hour on an incline, and running, and they got like so hard, but I like could keep going, so I was like gave the thumbs up, and every minute it would get to a higher incline and you'd keep sprinting. I did. The girl there took some videos for me and some pictures. I think just pictures, maybe not videos. If she did, those are going in the video. That'll be fun to watch. But we went up about twice, I think. I got to level 2, and then nearing the end, that last minute, I definitely could have gone up one more like angle, like degrees, but I probably only would have lasted 10 or 20 seconds. So I was like, I think this is it. So he pulled me off after running for a bit. I didn't get a bunch of info there, but he said he was going to email me because they got a bunch of stuff. But what was really impressive, my VO2 max, he said, was 57, which was lower than I wanted. I wanted a 60. My Garmin says 60. I wanted around 60, but apparently it's about 57. But what he said was that was even way more impressive than my VO2 max, which is already really good, was how ergonomical and efficient my running is. He said for Olympic level sprinters, they have a like efficiency of about 50. I don't know what that is. He said it's about a 50. He said your efficiency is a 47, which is better. The lower the efficiency, the better. So he said it's incredible because like I have a high VO2 max, but my body is running way more efficiently than some of the top Olympic marathon runners. Like way more efficient. He said between a 47 and a 50 is huge. So apparently my VO2 max isn't as high as I wanted, but he said your efficiency is incredible, which is very good, especially for running long distance and marathons. So that's what I'm going for. But he said with the test, he showed me my lactate in my blood. He said resting is about 1.1, low ones. I couldn't tell you like the measurement, like the millimeters or like milligrams per deciliter or whatever. But he said it's around 1. And I checked the chart where they're logging it. My lactate stayed in that 1 range up until I got to like 10.5 miles per hour. So my blood lactate was incredibly low for a very long period of time, for very fast paces. So that was impressive. And then as soon as it got to about 11 and then put it up on an incline, it went from about 1 to about 3 when we got up to like 11.5 miles per hour. And then once we put it up on the incline, it like spiked to like a 6. But he said for some sprinters, they can get their lactate blood measurements up like to a 20. He said, but like obviously what I'm doing is not sprinting, and that's pretty good. But he said there's a lot of factors because that was a pretty low number still. He said like, you probably aren't eating enough carbohydrates. He said it could just be like genetics or something like that. I definitely could acquire it to a few things. I should probably get driving because I'm just sitting here, but I did run 15K before it. Yeah, so I probably could have got a higher measurement. I'm not like blaming what I did, even though I kind of am. But I ran 15K this morning with some tempos in there, which I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have ran at all, but I did. And then just before I left, I did a quick shoulders and arms workout. So I probably could have got a bit better measurements if I just skipped all my training today, but that wasn't happening. The miles ain't gonna run themselves, y'all. So either way, I'm super happy. That was awesome. All right, we have an update. Oh, I should get the mic. It's fine, whatever. It is now the Saturday after I did the test on Wednesday, so it's the Saturday. So it's been a few days. I did get my VO2 max results back right away. I told you guys already, but I was waiting for like a more detailed like explanation on like what my max heart rate was and like what my given paces would be, because he told me they were able to do all that with the test. So I got some cool photos. I think I already said that. I'll put them in here. But here's what it is. So VO2 max, I'll see if I can put a screenshot up. But it ended up being around 56 and a half, which is a lot lower than I thought and what everyone else thought, because usually if you're running a sub-3 marathon, you're like mid-60s, low 70s even. So that is surprisingly low, but he said my efficiency, the lower the better, and he said my efficiency is for an elite marathon runner in like Olympic level marathon distance runner is about 50 like nanograms or whatever per deciliter, like whatever. Mine was 47. So he said, like, I don't have, think of VO2 max as like your engine size. You don't have the biggest engine compared to like, let's say like an F-150. Like if someone was bigger and they're running, compared it to like an F-150, he said. So it's like they're able to run the same time in the marathon as you, but they're like bigger and they're not using it as efficiently, but they do have that bigger engine. But for me, he said my efficiency was a 47. So Olympic level is 50. Mine is a 47. The lower the better. So he said, like, obviously the VO2 max is still good. Like a 56 is pretty high. Lower than I thought. My Garmin's saying 60. To be honest, I did run 15K the morning of the test and hit the weights before the test too. And haven't took a rest day for a few months leading up to the test. So extremely fatigued. So I wouldn't doubt if it's significantly higher if it is in the 60 range, but obviously I'm not going to try and use that as an excuse, but that could be a valid reason why it's a 56. But he basically said, like, I'm built like a Fiat. Like, my engine is pretty big, obviously, VO2 max is there, but your body is so much more efficient with the oxygen that it's getting that it's able to perform so much better than better than someone who has a VO2 max of 65, 70. Because even just that little bit of extra efficiency, like I'm saying a little bit, 47, between 47 and 50 is a lot. It's a lot. It's a huge difference. So he's like, that difference basically puts your VO2 max like a 75, 80, which is ridiculous. Like, I feel so cool being able to say that. Like, my body's just efficient when it's running. But here's are the other interpretations from the test besides the VO2 max. He said, my max heart rate they've determined it to be 188 BPM, which is very low, lower than I thought. It's definitely higher. I think my watch is telling me my max is 191, so that's still pretty close. Obviously, that could be genetics. It could be because I'm extremely fatigued. Like, I'm taking everything from this test with a big grain of salt because I was fatigued. I wasn't fresh and like all this stuff, but I'm obviously gonna take it at pretty face value. But yeah, so it says 188. He was saying the average, or like someone like of my skill would be around over 200. So that is really low too. Again, there's so many factors that can play into that. Um, Average speed 9.5 to 10 miles per hour. I'm not sure what that means. That's just how fast I was running during the test. But I don't know. My predicted marathon time. Keep in mind, I'm going for a sub 250. I'm believing I'm gonna do the Toronto waterfront. So that's second weekend of October. And I'm going for sub 250. So he said my predicted marathon time is 2 hours and 45 minutes. And that is as of now, which is ridiculous because I'm trying to get to that point 6 months from now. I'm already at that point, which is crazy to think. So that's a huge confidence booster. Predicted half marathon time is 1 hour 15, which is also crazy good. And then my predicted 10K is at 35 minutes. So very good results in that. Obviously, I would have liked like a huge VO2 max number, but obviously that's not as important as efficiency and cadence and all this other stuff. So that's what I got from the first test. And then I apologize if I look a little lethargic and tired, just because I am. It is Saturday, so I just ran my long run, 24-kilometer long run, which is like not crazy. It's pretty normal, but it's been a while since I've ran over 18K, even though it's only 6 kilometers more. Still beat the crap out of me. So, and it was hot. It was hot as balls. It was like 25 degrees average Celsius, that is. So core temp was sky high. Heart rate was also high because of the temperature, but that's whatever. A little tired. It's like 1 p.m. on Saturday already, and I'm still feeling the run. It took about 2 hours, which is brutal, but so that's this. And then we already have another scheduled meeting for a lab test on Monday at 1 p.m. as well. So I'll continue the video there. All right, it's Monday, you guys. It is 12:26. We are getting ready to head out. We got I keep calling it like a 0G gravity run, but it's definitely not 0G. It's like 0.8 and like half of gravity. I hope they get me some photos from it, because that'd be so cool to put them in there. Like, I know I'm not gonna be able to film myself while I'm running. I'm gonna be geared up and stuff, so that'll be interesting to see. But we're gonna head our way there now. I've already ran today. I ran 10 miles this morning, and then I did a chest and back workout all before noon, so we got that in, because it's gonna be a pretty easy run, right? Nothing too strenuous, literally running with half my body weight. So almost forgot my shoes. I got some new pairs of runners. I got some Saucony Endorphin Speed 5s. Those are really good. I tried those this morning. They're great. Then I think I'm gonna wear these, the Adidas Adizeros, for the test, because he said like just wear something that's like comfortable, not crazy, something that you can stay in for a while. So I definitely should do some shoes that I know are good, like the Endorphin Speed 5s, but I haven't worn them yet, and what's the worst that can happen? Famous last words. But We're gonna put these on. I'm not gonna bring any extra pairs because it's just like, I think it's like an hour or so just jogging on like 6-minute intervals at like a really easy pace. Literally with half my body weight on my body. So this will be fun. I'll see how the watch responds to the heart rate being like 110 while I'm jogging. So do that. Probably won't film while I'm driving. I'll catch up with you guys afterwards. Last time I parked on the complete wrong side of campus, so I had to walk across the whole campus, but I know where to park now, so that should be good. It's 12:28 and I need to go because it is a 30-minute drive, so I'll put the camera down and I'll probably catch up with you guys once the test's done. Alright, the test is complete. That was really fun. I got in there and immediately they're like, alright, we're gonna throw these crazy like tights on you that have supportive gears on it so they can uplift weight off my body. So I put those on, go in there, then they strap like 4 different EKG nodes on my left lower foot, and then they put a pressure pad underneath my sole on my right shoe, and they basically just did I don't know how much I could even say. I am pretty sure it's not like a prohibited test, but they got me on there and they did I think it was 12 rounds, 6 minutes each. So it was a lot of running, but the majority of it, besides the warm-up and then the last 4 6-minute intervals, were all supported. Like, by that I mean like weight was lifted off my body. So they were pretty easy, and then after all the intervals and stuff, I had a huge mask on my face again, like the same one that I used for the VO2 Max test. So that wasn't anything different. But then that was basically it. And then they just like measured how fast they need to be running on the space station with like 0.8 gravities worth of gravity to simulate an easy run on Earth gravity. So they can simulate like a normal easy run on the space station. Like, you guys know what I mean. So that was really cool. My feet started hurting a bit because I was just on my feet for so long. Like, I'd run for 6 minutes and then I would have 2 minutes of recovery. I would just like straddle the treadmill. They would take my mask off every second one and like give me some water. I brought some water, so I have some of that. They would tell me how I was feeling, what's gonna happen next. But they weren't allowed to talk to me while I was running for the 6 minutes because they didn't want to interfere with my metabolic rate. So that's how specific they are. So that was really cool. I'm really glad I did that. They didn't really give me any data, but because like there's no data I really care about there. They're just wondering like how fast I need to be running on the space station to simulate an easy run. So that was cool. After basically I finished, they're like, all right, give us our shorts back, you can leave, because like there's no data that I really want or needed. I just like, it was a cool way to spend the afternoon. So that was fun. I'm helping the space station people. But now I'm heading home, driving and vlogging. Could be illegal, don't care, but that's basically it. I'll see if I can get any like thing like you'll send me as a result, or like my results from the test. And if not, I'm ending the video here. Yeah, so this is a very different vlog from what I normally do. Instead of like days of training, like even today I just did a normal day's worth of training where I ran a little less this morning. Usually I ran 18K, I ran 16K, just over. So I got 10 miles in this morning, no support, just like on the road running 16K, and then I hit chest and back. Oh crap, I'm in the wrong one. Fixed it. I was about to merge into the wrong lane, but I totally forgot what I was saying. Dang, we are done. Like I normally do the normal days of training. I did do a normal day of training, but just in the afternoon I made sure to eat a little more before, came in and then basically just did a hour and 40-minute super easy run. Literally so easy, I'm not even having all my body weight on my feet, so that was awesome. But yeah, we're ending the video here. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is a little different, but probably won't ever happen again. Like, I'm not gonna get an opportunity to do a free VO2 max test and then a 0G supported run, so this is something different. I couldn't get any photos from the 0G thing. I'll see if I can find some online that are similar to what I did. If I do, I'll put them in here. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna stop vlogging and driving so I don't cause a big accident. And yeah, normal days in the life are coming back soon. Don't you worry for the few people who are watching. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next Wednesday.